Experience Design Board, a tool for visualizing and designing experience-centric service delivery processes. Written by Chiehyeon and Kwang-Jae, both from Republic of Korea. Keywords: experience-centric service, expressed by EXS, service design, service visualization, service blueprinting, experience design board. Abstract: experience-centric service is a type of service through which customers experience emotionally appealing events and activities that result in distinctive memory. The literature argues that experience-centric service design should be a research priority in the experience economy. Yet little is known on how to articulate experience-centric services in their design. This paper proposes a tool called Experience Design Board for visualizing an experience-centric service delivery process as a basis for its analysis and design. The tool is a matrix-shaped board where the key factors of experience creation in experience service, namely service escape, front stage employees, other customers, backstage employees, and technology support systems, are represented in rows, and the customer experience phases are placed in columns. The tool is useful in analyzing and designing how the key factors of experience service create customer experience. The tool integrates several work streams within the evolving experience-centric service literature into its structure and is generic enough to accommodate various experience-centric services in physical and digital experience context. By visualizing an experience-centric service delivery process from beginning to end, the designer can obtain a systematic understanding of the essential attribute of experience-centric service and can use it for an effective design. This tool will serve as a basis for service design in the experience economy. Introduction. We live in an experience economy where creating memorable experiences for customers matters most to companies. A key deliverable of this economy is experience-centric service, through which customers experience emotionally appealing events and activities that result in distinctive memory. Examples include theme park, entertainment, party, tourism, nature experiences services. Adopting the notion of experience-centric services is an effective method for differentiation, opportunity, identification, and premium pricing. Service design is a multidisciplinary area that helps innovate services through a design thinking approach and has received research priority as a means to create actual customer value. Service design for experience-centric service can contribute to added value creation in this experience economy. Although leveraging service design is a critical research topic, knowledge and tools for service design are limited, especially as compared to what is known for product design. This paper addresses the development of a visualization tool for service design in the context of experience-centric service. Visualization assists in representing, describing, and designing services. Visualization is the external realization of an object in terms of diagrams and text. Since visualization substantially enhances our ability to represent, describe, analyze, and design complex objects, people have employed visualization in various areas. In addition, visualization is useful in facilitating focused communication among the people involved in the design. Thus, architects, product designers, and software developers have used blueprinted CAD, computer-aided design, and UML, Unified Modeling Language, techniques in their works, respectively. In the service design area, Service Blueprint exists as a tool for visualizing and designing a service delivery process with an emphasis on the employee action, both visible and invisible to customers. Other tools also exist for systematic service visualization and design, such as Information Service Blueprint, Extended Service Blueprint, Process Chain Network Analysis, and System Map. Although experience-centric service is a critical and timely research topic, our review of the literature revealed a lack of work directed at providing tools to help organizations visualize and design experience-centric services, considering the unique nature of experience-centric services. This situation raises the following question: how can companies analyze an experience-centric service systematically and achieve an effective design if they cannot clearly describe the essence of service in question? Although existing tools suggest certain viewpoints for visualizing and examining services, experience-centric service visualization based on these tools is limited in reflecting the following three essential attributes that characterize the value creation mechanism of experience-centric services. All these attributes also apply to other types of service, but the extent of their applicability and effect is typically high in experience-centric services. First, crafting and using the physical environment is a key feature of experience-centric services management, such as in theme park and leisure services. Because the environmental variables of service on customers influence their subsequent behaviors, emotions, and eventual experience. Second, managing the presence of other customers is critical to experience-centric services, such as in Paris and virtual world game services. Because customers' experiences can be enhanced or damaged not only by their interactions with the service providers but also by the other customers through behavioral and emotional contagion. Third, the dramatic structure of events. For example, the sequence, progression, and duration of events is important in the analysis of experience-centric services, such as in entertainment and performance services. because customers generally do not remember every single moment of an experience, but recognize that trend and special moments, either positive or negative. We propose a structured tool called Experience Design Board for the effective visualization and design of experience-centric service delivery processes. This tool is a matrix-shaped board where the key factors of experience creation in experience-centric service, namely service escape, front-stage employees, other customers, backstage employees, and technology support systems, in relation to customer actions, are represented in rows, and the customer experience phases are placed in columns. By visualizing an experience-centric service using this tool, service designers can succinctly capture the core structure of experience-centric service that creates value, giving full consideration to the three essential attributes of experience-centric services. In devising Experience Design Board, we consulted various existing experience-centric services cases encompassing both physical and digital experiences. For example, theme park and virtual reality game services, in addition to a review of a wide range of studies related to experience-centric service, for example, Pullman and Ross, and service visualization. As a result, the proposed tool was devised to be generic enough to accommodate in simple form various experience-centric service delivery processes in both physical and digital experience context. Service design, particularly experience-centric services design, is a critical research topic in this experience economy, yet little knowledge is available for it. The contribution of our work is to develop a tool which visualizes difficult to articulate experience-centric service delivery processes. Compared with existing service visualization tools, the proposed tool is specialized to represent and analyze the unique nature of experience-centric services. Users can obtain a systematic understanding of the value creation mechanism of the experience-centric service in question by visualizing the service using the proposed tool. This paper also discusses how the proposed tool could effectively aid practitioners in evaluating and designing experience-centric services. This study will serve as a valuable complement to the traditional mix of service visualization tools and as a basis for experience-centric service design and improvement. 2. Literature review. This section provides theoretical and methodological. 2. Literature review. This section provides theoretical and methodological foundations for our work. Section 2.1 discusses the power of visualization from the cognitive theoretical view, introduces a number of existing tools for visualizing services, and discusses the limitation in visualizing and analyzing experience-centric services. Section 2.2 introduces a conceptual model that describes the essence of experience-centric services. The model shows several key points that should be considered in experience-centric service analysis and design, and thus should be emphasized in experience-centric service visualization. 2.1 Service visualization. Visualization is not simply about creating graphic or images. Rather, it is a cognitive process that identifies the critical, which should be emphasized, and less significant, which should be minimized, aspects of the object. A real experience-centric service can be described with essentially infinite detail. Imagine, for example, describing all the aspects of a theme park service. Detail comes with complexity, which increases the cognitive burden. To manage cognitive complexity, we employ visualization that is abstract and encodes only the essential information about the service. This way, we can build and use our mental model of the experience-centric service and analyze it in a more straightforward manner. Aside from the aforementioned power, visualization is an effective method for communicating as an object to others. When a group of people is tasked with analyzing a system or a phenomenon, each member will begin from a different perspective. Although everyone in the discussion has different and limited frames of reference, they can systematically share and integrate their thoughts based on the visible pictures. In other words, the pictures serve as a collective reference for people involved in the discussion, enabling them to cooperate efficiently. In contrast with products, services are originally invisible. In contrast with products, services are originally invisible and thus difficult to articulate. This is a root cause of the difficulty of service analysis. As aforementioned, people can systematically develop thinking and analysis of the service in question based on its visualization. Attempts to visualize the concepts of services during their design can contribute to the improvement of the design outcomes. Thus, researchers and service designers have used visualization as a starting point of service analysis and design. The key here is that visualizing a specific type of service should emphasize the essential aspects of that service for effective analysis and design. Thus, researchers have developed tools for service visualization to facilitate service analysis and design. Service Blueprint facilitates the visualization of a service delivery process with an emphasis on the visible and invisible areas to customers. Process Chain Network Analysis is a tool for visualizing the network of interactive processes within a service. In addition to these tools, researchers have proposed various tools for visualizing service with an emphasis on aspects on specific aspects of a service, such as system map, which emphasizes the relational network of service elements, service experience blueprint, multi-channel nature of service, information service blueprint, information exchange in service, PSS board, product and service integration, extended service blueprint, product utilization in service, and customer experience modeling, customer requirements fulfillment mechanism. These tools that facilitate service visualization can be classified into three categories according to the focus of visualization: the process of customers and companies experiencing and providing service, respectively, process visualization, the relational network of service stakeholders and components, network visualization, and others. Table 1 provides a review of existing service visualization tools. Each tool suggests an essential viewpoint toward the service delivery process in question. However, none of the tools focus on the visualization of the essential aspects of experience-centric service delivery processes, which will be presented in the next section. Specifically, the systematic consideration of 1. The structure of servicescape, 2. The presence of other customers, and 3. The dramatic structure of events is not effective with existing tools, although these considerations are key points in describing and analyzing experience-centric service. Possibly, the physical evidence role in service blueprint can be expanded to consider the point 1. However, point 2 and 3 are still difficult to analyze with a conventional service blueprint. Information service blueprint may be used to visualize point 3 in experience-centric service delivery in case the customer experience creation is relevant to the customer's problem solving with the specific information suggested by the service provider. However, considering points 1 and 2 with a conventional information service blueprint remains to be impossible. The network visualization tools and others in Table 1 are not generally appropriate to focus on the delivery process of an experience-centric service that involves all the 3 points. 2.2 Conceptual and 2.2 Conceptual Model of Experience-Centric Service. As mentioned, service visualization should emphasize the essential aspects of the service in question. Thus, our study was initiated by searching for a conceptual model that describes the essence of experience-centric services. Figure 1 represents an adapted version of the theater model for viewing experience-centric services, defined by Sommerdick and Boss at 2010. In this section, we complement the original model with a literature review, as it is the pivot of experience design board. The model consists of 3 areas: auditorium, which where the focal customer and other customers interact. 2. Front stage, where employees interact with customers surrounded by services escape elements. And 3, backstage, where employees and technology systems support functions and actions in the front stage. The interactions among the 3 areas occur according to the dramatic structure of the service delivery process. The theater model shows the key points that should be considered in the experience-centric service analysis and design that thus should be emphasized in the experience service visualization. Experience Design Board in the next section improves on the traditional service visualization methods from the theater model perspective. The following paragraphs provide more details on the model. Figure 1, the theater model for viewing experience-centric services. Dramatic structure of service delivery process. Backstage, employees, staff behind the scenes, and technology support system. Front stage, service escape, the stage, employees, actors. Auditorium, customer, audience, other customers, other audiences. Service escape refers to the physical surroundings that affect customers and employees. Service escape stimuli are further classified into ambient conditions, for example, temperature and music, space and function, for example, layout and equipment, and others, for example, signs, symbols, and artifacts. Customers sense these stimuli using their 5 senses and combine them as cues to create experience, regardless of whether they are consciously aware of them or not. In this respect, the notion of service escape has been utilized in service design frequently. Experience-centric service management should motivate customers to explore service escape actively and be absorbed in the related activities. Typical experience-centric services in which service escape is the foremost factor include theme park for storytelling and leisure sports for physical activities services. Front stage contact employees in experience-centric services engage deeply with customers at a personal and emotional level to promote their positive experiences. Studies on a service quality argue that the ability and attitude of front stage employees are key factors that influence customer experience of the service, which consequently leads to satisfaction, loyalty, and word-of-mouth recommendation. Typical experience-centric services in which the interactions between front-stage employees and customers are essential include luxury hotel as a server and counseling as an advisor services. A customer's experience is influenced by his/her interactions with contextual elements such as a service escape elements and service employees, as well as by the presence and behaviors of other customers. Researchers have investigated the effect of other customers to the focal customer service experience. Typical experience-centric services in which customer perception of other customers is essential include party and online virtual world game services. In the former, perceptions of gender, attire, and appearances are involved. In the latter, perceptions of skills and suitable behaviors are involved. Whereas these auditorium and onstage factors directly interact with customers, the backstage factors also affect customer experience indirectly by facilitating the interactions. The backstage factors of service are typically characterized by the dichotomized relationship between non-contact employees and technology support systems. The major function of technology in service is to achieve effective information production and efficient information exchange between customers and providers. Finally, the dramatic structure of the service delivery process is another key point of experience-centric services, management, and service experience, regardless of the case involved, can be characterized as a process that comprises beginning, middle, and ending phases that cover the events in the service experience. Depending on the case, some phases are more critical than others, while each represents a functional step to create distinctive memory for customers. The design of the sequence progression and duration of phase is essential in the experience-centric service management, just as it is in novels, plays, and movies. Typical experience-centric services in which such dramatic structure of service delivery process is essential include entertainment and performance services. 3. Experience Design Board. This section proposed Experience Design Board. Section 3.1 explains its structure, and Section 3.2 visualizes a theme park service and an online virtual world game service, illustrates the advantages of the proposed tool over existing ones, and compares the two visualized services using the proposed Experience Design Board. 3.1 Structure of Experience Design Board. The basic structure of Experience Design Board consists of 8 rows, case-sensitive columns, and intersections of rows and columns. Figure 2 shows the structure by comparing the conventional service blueprint in left and the proposed Experience Design Board in right. Figures 3 and 4 in Section 3.2 illustrate its use. The 8 rows consist of customer actions, behaviors of other customers, front-stage employee actions, service-scape visual elements, service-scape auditory elements, service-scape olfactory, palate, and tactile elements, backstage employee actions, technology support system. The set of rows allows a comprehensive yet simple representation of the key points of experience-centric service explained. From the perspective of the theater model for viewing experience-centric services, Figure 1 in Section 2.2, the top and second rows shows the auditorium factors, while the third to sixth rows show the front stage factors. The remainder shows the backstage factors. The customer actions row shows the roles of customers in creating experience from the service. The behaviors of other customers row shows the contributions of other customers in creating the experience of the focal customer. The front stage employee actions row shows the roles of front stage employee actions in creating the customer's experience. The three rows of service escape elements show the service escape elements that affect the customer's experience. The emphasis of the two rows of visual and auditory service escape elements is oriented by the experience-centric service cases investigated for the development of the Experience Design Board that mostly craft visual and auditory surroundings. Nevertheless, the olfactory, palate, and tactile service escape elements row also has a significant function in customer experience creation. The backstage employee actions row shows the roles of backstage employee actions in creating the customer's experience. The technology support system row shows the technological factors in backstage that enable the service. Enable the service provision. Examples include information system, databases, algorithms, mechanical systems, and electronic systems. While the customer actions and provider supports are visualized on the rows, users need to identify the phases that categorize the customer experience. Figures 3 and 4 in section 3.2 show the examples of customer experience phases. Identifying such phases in the visualization promotes analysis with regard to the dramatic structure of the experience-centric service delivery process. Furthermore, the identification ensures that no key information is disregarded in the visualization because each phase indicates a significant point in the service delivery process. In order to facilitate the phase identification job, we provide references for customer experience phase identification in Table 2. The table is a generalization of phases of various experience-centric service delivery processes based on the 5 phases of dramatic structure, namely exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and denouement. In the generalization work, we reviewed the studies on generalizing service delivery phases from the customer perspective, as well as analyzed existing experience-centric service cases. The third column in the table which is a reference for understanding the 5 phases, shows the verbs related to each phase used in the studied literature and cases. Interactions exist among the diagrams. All interactions can be visualized through arrows that demonstrate the links or relationships between the corresponding elements. However, Experience Design Board is designed to require a minimum number of arrows. In fact, even without the arrows, the interactions can be understood in a clear and straightforward manner because the matrix-shaped board implies these interactions. The set of rows is arranged to represent the intrinsic interactions among the key factors of experience creation in experience-centric service and customer actions. The set of columns indicates the contextual relationships of customer actions on the factors. Having too many arrows appearing on the visualized experience-centric service delivery process will make it look unnecessarily cluttered and complicated. Figure 2 pinpoints the differences between the proposed tool and service blueprint. In short, Experience Design Board is advantageous for visualizing and describing the theater-oriented nature of the experience-centric service delivery processes. Specifically, the proposed tool is useful for considering 1. The service-scape elements in detail, 2. The presence of other customers, and 3. The dramatic structure of the service delivery process. The next section illustrates the use of Experience Design Board and explains its utilities in detail. 3.2 Illustration of Experience Design Board. The theme park and online virtual wargame services were chosen for the illustration of the use and advantage of Experience Design Board because the former service represents the physical experience service, whereas the latter represents the digital experience service. The former service has been studied as a representative experience-centric service case in the literature. Currently, many people experience digital world frequently. As such, the analysis and design of attractive digital experience-centric service have become a critical research topic. Online virtual world game services have been studied as a representative digital experience-centric service case in the literature. Figure 3 represents the visualization of a theme park service delivery process on Experience Design Board. The figure focuses on visualizing the ride experience in the theme park, while another focus, for example, Toyland or Safari experience, is also possible. The lines separating the columns are only partially presented in the figure for clean visualization. Figure 3 shows that the theme park service delivery process can be categorized into a series of phases, namely beginning, exploration, climax, maintenance, and ending. Table 2 in section 3.1 was used for the customer experience phase identification. Figure 3 shows that the proposed Experience Design Board is useful for visualizing and describing the structure of ServiceScape because it uses the 3 rows of ServiceScape elements. In the theme park service, the ServiceScape design mostly characterizes theme park services such as rides, employees dressed as characters, and background music that are suited to the theme. Such information should be systematically shown in its visualization. An Experience Design Board is useful for achieving this goal. As shown in Figure 2 in Section 3.1, the set of 3 rows is an expanded version of the physical evidence row of Service Blueprint. This expansion promotes a concrete understanding and analysis of the ServiceScape structure of the experience-centric services. Controlling the ServiceScape elements is very important to create the desired customer experience of the experience-centric services. An Experience Design Board is a useful tool for this work. The proposed Experience Design Board enables the intuitive identification of the presence and roles of other customers by introducing the behaviors of other customers row. In the theme park service, customers tend to want to experience the popular ride, which has a long queue of other customers. The theme park service provider should attempt to use this social effect to create the desired experience. The behaviors of other customers row encourages thinking about the complementary relationship between the focal customer and other customers in the experience-centric service delivery process, which is difficult with service blueprint. This row is not only useful for considering the behaviors of other customers that positively affect the focal customers, but also the behaviors that may have negative effect. Such consideration is essential in the analysis of the experience-centric service delivery processes because most experience-centric service involve co-experience and value co-creation among customers. The column structure of Experience Design Board supports the deliberate visualization and analysis of the experience-centric service. The categorization of the service delivery process into several phases is useful for reviewing the visualization and for thinking with regard to the dramatic structure of the service delivery process. As a result, some of the identified phases serve as keywords of the service, and the keywords are useful for understanding the identity and story of the service. For example, a key phase of the theme park service is the theme exploration phase. Based on the proposed experience design board, users can systematically describe the theory-oriented nature of theme park service as follows. In Figure 3, the customers of the theme park initiate the process by planning a trip to the park and then purchase tickets, beginning phase. After entrance, they participate in events they are interested in and choose rides, exploration phase. When the focal customer explores the theme park, she observes the behaviors of the customers that spark her interest, exploration phase. The focal customer may want to use a ride of numerous other customers queue up for the ride. The front stage employees organize events for customers in the exploration phase. Employees who are responsible for rides guide the rides. Climax phase. Customers encounter a visual design of the parking space, entrance design, building design, theme characters, and the rides in the park, exploration phase. The background music related to the theme and sound effects of the ride also affects customers in the climax phase. The theme park services olfactory, palatal, and tactile stimulations of customers include the smell of food, taste of snacks, and friends in the exploration phase. Handle and safety of rides and the smell of atmosphere in the climax and maintenance phase. The roles of backstage employees include operating and maintaining rides, monitoring safety and supplying consumables, exploration phase to maintenance phase. The theme park service provider requires information systems for web page administration and ticketing beginning phase, as well as a CCTV system for monitoring the theme park and ride operation systems, exploration and climax phase. These advantages are similarly present in the comparison with the other existing service visualization tool because they have been developed with other objectives. Service visualization should emphasize the key aspects of the target service to facilitate effective analysis and design. The theater-oriented nature should be focused on in order to systematically understand the value creation mechanisms of the experience service delivery process. And the proposed experience design board is a useful tool to achieve this goal. Nonetheless, our argument does not negate the importance of perspectives emphasized by existing works. Users can employ other tools if the purpose of visualization is to observe visible, invisible employee actions or interactions within the network of customer, service provider, and partners. Service blueprint is effective for the former case, and process chain network analysis is useful for the latter. The utility of raw structure of experience design board is not restricted to the creation and enhancement of physical experience. Figure 4 visualizes an online virtual world game service, a tactical first-person shooter video game, and shows the utility of experience design board in analyzing and improving digital experience in cyber servicescape. Today, people play such online virtual world games to experience a second life. The visualized service delivery process is as follows. First, customers log in and join to the playroom, that is the joining phase. After they're ready to play the game, customers in the same team plan their tactic of play and share it. In the meantime, they prepare weapons, preparation phase. Once the game starts, an expert customer gives orders and customers are deployed to fight with enemies. After the battle, the winning team is deleted in the immersion phase, and after that, the customers leave the game or stay in the room, living phase. Whereas the service escape elements of the theme park service is in figure 3 are real, in the virtual world game service in figure 4 they are artificial. Whereas the service escape elements for the former service create a physical experience, the latter service creates a digital experience. In this regard, the service escape row is relabeled Cyber Service Escape in figure 4. The virtual world game service requires cyber service escape elements such as battlefield designs, battle effect, visualization, character designs, artificial voices, and vibration effects. To create the desired digital experience, a game engine system and a database for graphics and sound effects are required as a technology support system for this service. Compared to figure 3, the front stage employee actions row is deleted in figure 4 because no front stage employee action is involved in the visualization scope. The backstage employee actions in the game service are also simple. The backstage employees only need to make announcements and monitor the traffic. From the comparison between figures 3 and 4, we can see that the technology in the theme park service supports the employee actions and service escape functions, whereas in the game service it replaces them. Although experience-centric services generally share basic attributes that distinguish them from other types of service, differences also exist among experience-centric services in terms of designing and combining the key factors. The use of the proposed service design board is an effective method for describing and understanding the variety of experience-centric services Well, virtual and augmented technologies are receiving great attention these days. We believe Experience Design Board will contribute to the service analysis and design in the context of traditional physical experience-centric service design. For example, use of Figure 3 in the theme park service design, as well as in the context of emerging and upcoming cyber experience-centric service design, for example, use of Figure 4 in virtual game service design. 4.1 Customization of Experience Design Board. As shown in Figure 4, users can customize the structure of the proposed tool in several ways depending on their purpose. The rows and columns of Experience Design Board can be modified through deletion, revision, division, consolidation, or extension. The olfactory palette and tactile elements row can be extended to emphasize the role of olfactory, palatal, and tactile stimulations. This emphasis is required with visualizing the experience-centric service delivery process in which these stimulations are essential, such as in a beer museum, a forest experience, and native food experience services. A customer action in any experience-centric service delivery process can be broken down into further detailed process as needed. For example, the reservation action of Figure 3 might have to be examined in detail. Web page, service escape design, and employee actions that support the reservation should be further examined in this case. Such a breakdown will allow the inclusion of exceptional practices that are not covered by the higher level visualization. On the other hand, the scope of visualization can be extended to cover the multiple experience of customers regarding the process. In addition, the user can know the estimated duration of other attributes of each phase to better represent the dramatic structure of the service delivery process. Finally, the user may add arrows to indicate the explicit interactions between the rows and columns. 4.2 Experience Design Board for Experience-Centric Service Evaluation, Improvement, and Design. Service blueprinting, service delivery process visualization, has been used in service evaluation, improvement, and design. Because this technique is simple yet provides comprehensive insights in the essential aspects of service provision. In this regard, Experience Design Board can be employed as an effective basis for experience-centric service evaluation, improvement, and design. The first step towards the concrete experience-centric service evaluation is to clearly understand and describe the key factors and the relationship that affect customer value creation in the complex experience-centric service system in question. The proposed tool effectively achieves this function. In addition, the visualized picture defines the process scope and thus helps to outline the evaluation scope and specify the objects to be evaluated. We can use this picture to dissect and comb the service delivery process. In this work, we can easily associate the picture with customer experience quality evaluation criteria to diagnose potential failure points or sources of poor quality in the current process. Once the gap is understood, the evaluator needs to formulate ideas to improve the experience-centric service process. The comparison of different experience-centric service processes and on Experience Design Board can trigger various ideas as regards further improvement. For instance, the customers of the theme park service introduced in Figure 3 will want to explore the theme park in an efficient way in the exploration phase. Taking the online virtual world game service in Figure 4, As the benchmark, the theme park service can create a mobile application that involves the cyber service-scape of the theme parks to assist the customers while they are traveling and waiting in the park. This application will contribute to the seamless experience of the customers as well as to enable the collection of customer behavior data. From the perspective of new service design, Experience Design Board is a canvas for drawing alternative or new experience-centric services. The rows pinpoint the key design areas and thereby provide lenses for brainstorming ideas. The dramatic structure of the service delivery process can be reflected in the columns. As such, each intersected cell represents a design point. The proposed tool is also an effective basis for the designing of experience-centric service delivery processes based on the 6 principles for experience-centric service design. First, the use of the customer actions row together with the other rows is an effective method to consider the customer journey concept and its associated touchpoints. Second, the set of 3 rows of service-scape elements is a template for conducting sensory design. And third, the front stage employee actions row is useful to devise ideas to make front stage employees engage more effectively with customers. Fourth, the column structures helps the blueprint users pay attention to the dramatic structure of events. And fifth, the behaviors of other customer rows is an effective basis to manage the presence of other customers. Finally, the combination of the 4 front stage roles and the backstage employee actions roles is useful for closely linking backstage employees and front stage experiences. The organizational utility of Experience Design Board is in its ability to address the interdisciplinary nature of service design. Service design is, by nature, a soft task that combines human activities. As in any project, service design projects require a cross-functional team with members from various functional units, including planning, design, engineering, IT, and marketing. Experience Design Board will be useful in such an interdisciplinary environment to ensure an integrative design of complex experience-centric services. Experience Design Board will contribute to synthesizing expertise from different fields from the perspective of the 8 roles, allowing integrated design of experience-centric service idea, concept, and delivery process. Experience Design Board will also contribute to enhancing the dialogue between project participants because it can support the development of collective reference points about the experience-centric services in question and share language to achieve joint understanding and create team-wide understanding across the entire experience-centric service design project. This function significantly improves communication, thereby ensuring effective and efficient experience-centric service design. 5. Concluding remarks. The markets for fun, care, peace of mind, and identity, where the focus on the creation of a memorable experience for the customer are growing substantively. Experience-centric services is a main value proposition in such markets. Research and experience-centric service will continue to flourish, yet little is known on how to articulate experience-centric services. This research contributes to the service design research field by proposing a practical tool for visualizing experience-centric service delivery processes in which users can articulate their services. The roles of experience-centric design board represent a resource dimension for creating a memorable experience. They describe the theater-oriented nature of experience-centric service, for example, the focal customer and other customers in the auditorium, employees and service escape elements in the front stage, employees and the technology support system in the backstage. Literature argues that these are key factors that should be considered in the analysis and design of experience-centric services. This research is the first to show how the key factors in an experience-centric service delivery process are systematically visualized, conceptualized, and used for experience-centric service analysis. The column structure represents the time dimension for creating the experience. The columns consist of several phases that customers follow in their experience. This research generalizes the experience-centric service delivery process to five phases, namely beginning, progress, climax, maintenance, and ending. This generalization is based on an experience-centric service case analysis and research on the dramatic structure and customer goal accomplishment in the service experience. In short, this research integrates several work streams within the evolving experience-centric service literature into the rows and columns of Experience Design Board. With these two dimensions, Experience Design Board enables the intuitive representation and understanding of how customers experience that theater-oriented nature of an experience-centric service and how the service creates value. The examples in the paper show the utility of Experience Design Board in creating or enhancing both physical and digital experience in physical and cyber escape. This tool will serve as a basis for evaluating current experience-centric service delivery processes and designing alternative processes in both contexts of traditional experience-centric services, for example, theme park service design, as well as emerging experience-centric services, for example, virtual game service design. The proposal of Experience Design Board suggests the value of broadening the viewpoint to see and analyze service delivery processes. The visualized service should show the essential aspects of the service process in question because the picture serves as a basis for analyzing and improving the service. Meanwhile, each type of service has a different nature. Thus, the aspects that should be focused on the service visualization differ according to service type. By examining the utility of existing service visualization tools from this perspective, we can observe that each tool is useful in visualizing a specific type of service, but it is limited in visualizing other types. This is because one tool covers only certain aspects of the service. This limitation has prompted researchers to develop new service visualization tools and to broaden the viewpoint to see and analyze services. Likewise, this research improves the traditional service visualization tools by proposing Experience Design Board, which provides a viewpoint to see and analyze the theater-oriented nature of experience-centric services. Several research issues exist to improve and apply Experience Design Board. First, more applications of the proposed tools are needed. The proposed tool will become more reliable and effective with more applications. Second, visualizing various experience-centric service cases using the proposed tool will be effective for extracting insights from the case. The extracted insights serve as a basis for the analysis and design of experience-centric service delivery process. Finally, implementing the proposed tool in a user-friendly software system can be helpful to practitioners.